Yo, so good morning. Don't know what happened there with my signal, keeps whacking out. So we will just wait for my brother to come in. So we've got a few questions actually today that we've got asked from people, and we get asked all the time, like in our inbox. I thought I'd just cover it on a Facebook Live. Now, also, I know there's a few of you that's reached out to me about working with us and coaching. I will get back to you after this Facebook Live. We'll just wait for Joe to come in. There you are. Add yourself, Joe, to this, and I can add you in. And also, I want to say a big thank you to all you guys as well, because a year ago, I started this Facebook group. Let me just add Joe in, and I had before to get up towards 2K people. We're already over 2K members, so that's massive, and we're also over 140 clients. So I just want to say thank you to all you guys. Hello, Joe.
Yeah, mate.
Anybody that does want to reach out and have some coaching with us, all you've got to do is message me. Those that have, I'll message you back after. So we'll go from there. So, Joe, we've got 5 good questions. I'm gonna ask you some, and then I'm gonna come in and help. Help. You know it better than me, actually. So, right. So, how to grow your chest? This is one we get asked all the time. So, what would you say to someone that wants to grow their chest but is struggling a little bit? For some reason, it won't grow. They've got big arms, they've got big shoulders, but they haven't got a big chest. Why would that be? Or they've been trying for years and they just can't change.
I'd probably assess how they're approaching the exercise, their setup, in terms of how they're setting up, depending on what exercise they choose, obviously, if they're actually executing it right. So there's a lot of videos on there on how to sort of bench press and how to perform chest exercises, but we've got to remember everyone's slightly different. So yeah, I would assess their exercise selection and how they potentially execute that as well. It's so easy to go wrong.
I always think like when it comes to growing your chest, when always someone comes to me and says, I can't grow my chest, I can't change my chest, I'm like, bullshit. You can change your chest, you just don't know how to train and you don't know how to get your programming right. So as soon as we get on board and someone comes to us and we assess their physique via photos, I can see straight away if someone's got a tight chest and they've got rounded shoulders, which mean then they've got weak stabilizers, they've got weak mid traps. We strengthen those up, we get your body nice in a good stable position. We will be able to put more load through your chest and we'll be able to contract a hell of a lot better for your chest. So that's why I'm super confident that anyone that can't change the chest, you just not had the proper programming or the proper coaching. And that's a big missing link. And also with your chest as well, people train it once a week. I'll go, you want to train your chest? Oh, we'll do it on a Monday, International Chest Day. But they won't change it more often. If you want to change a muscle group, you've got to hit it more frequently. So if I want to change my chest, I did it every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I'd program it. It's not 30 sets each workout. It's proper programming, hit it from different angles, hitting from where you're weak as well.
Yeah.
Have you got anything to add to that, or is that all good?
That was good, man. Yeah, like I said, providing stability. People overlook. I would definitely go and look at some mid-lower trap activation videos if you're struggling, just to do pre-workout before you stimulate your chest. Again, just provide stability, because stability is everything. Stability is everything in terms of creating output. So I would look at mid-lower trap work. I would look at exercise selection. And again, if you're doing so many sets, you're just training chest solely on its own, your likelihood to get a good morning, Greg. Likelihood to get a good performance out of that chest for the whole workout's limited. So I'd probably just split it up a little bit over a few days, like you said.
100%. So another one we get asked all the hello, good morning, Barry. Another good question that we get asked all the time is how to get a smaller waist. So let's say, for example, someone is at a 38 waist, right? How would they get to a 32-inch waist? What would you kind of do first?
It's solid dependent, but really I would look at assessing health first phase. So likelihood is obviously if someone is unhealthy, someone's digestive health isn't optimal, someone doesn't sleep well, they're likely to hold a little bit of water, so their retention of water is going to be higher, and also they're likely to hold more body fat. So it's literally it's as simple as looking at to reduce body fat and improving health, and everything should just really go as a byproduct. I know that sounds quite simple, but
I think as well when it comes to losing off your waist, like I always used to be the guy that was like when I did the photo shoots and stuff, was like, well, I will just beast myself. I don't care about my health. I'll train twice a day. I'll do this. I'll do that. But that's more of a short-term thing. You're not thinking long-term. Now, if you put your health first, you lower your heart rate, you lower your stress, you improve your gut health, you get everything in a good position, then you can push hard. I always say to people, 9 times out of 10, what we actually do with people, we just make them healthy. We pull back a little bit. I've actually got quite a few clients at the minute that aren't even in the gym. We're just working on the stress management,
as well.
The lifestyle.
Yeah.
We're working on the nutrition. We're getting them fitter. Then, when I've got the body in a good position, I will then push them, and I guarantee they'll get leaner than what they have ever done before. So there's quite a few different layers that can kind of come into that. But if you are, I know who this is, who asked me this. So if you are a 38-inch waist, mate, which I know you are, you should by Christmas be aiming for a minimum of a 32-inch waist. You should lose 5 to 6 inches off your waist. Now, if you haven't, it's either down to your programming, your nutrition, you're not managing your lifestyle, your stress. 9 times out of 10 as well, like I go through with all my clients and we go through all our clients, is you don't work on your mind. You still don't believe that you can. Now, if you don't believe that you can get results, at some point you're going to self-sabotage. Maybe 2 weeks down the line, maybe 3 weeks down the line, or maybe 6 weeks down the line. You will self-sabotage. So the first thing that we've got to work on our client is give them control back, make them believe that they can. And each day that goes by and we keep getting a result, we keep chipping away at their confidence, we keep chipping away at the belief, then they start to grow and grow and grow and grow. And then they can start to believe they get results. So you've got to have a big goal, but you've also got to stick to the basics day in, day out to be able to get to that goal. So yeah, if you're a 38-inch waist, you should be aiming for a minimum of 32 for Christmas. So Joe, this is a good one for you because actually you have done a lot of this. So how to handle stress. What have you done either for you or for your clients to kind of handle stress the best?
Yeah. So basics. So if we look at
hello Jeff, hello Samantha.
Well, look at what you're doing right now. Is probably reduce. If you are highly stressed and highly inflamed, you know this. Obviously, this is going to be paying a massive impact on your progress. So if you're having a lot of coffee and you've got a high stimulant intake, so if you're having a lot of caffeine or pre-workout and things like that, I would probably look at cutting that down first of all. It's probably the easiest way to sort of spike our cortisol and get our stress hormones firing. So reduced stimulant intake's one for me that I always say, because a lot of people come in, they're highly stressed, so their energy is poor. So they'll supplement and try and sort of counteract that by having a lot of stimulants, having a lot of coffee to obviously, so they can get through workouts and things like that. But then I've even got people that have come to me who are having coffees and then they're actually tired straight after. So they actually dip straight after. So looking to bring caffeine intake is probably my first point.
I think, look, so let's say, for example, guys, if you've reduced caffeine, like Joe said, and you want to handle stress. So a lot of our clients that come to us are really anxious, they're overwhelmed, they're feeling very depressed and they're feeling down and can't see a way out. And they haven't really got control of their life or control of the day. So this is why we're so massive on working on your habits and your mind and your morning routine, because that gives you control back. So first of all, you need something that's going to work you and work your goal, because that will take away stress and anxiety. That's the first thing. Now, also with stress, a lot of people aren't very fit. And if you are stressed, you're going to have poor energy production. So that's why doing a lot of walking, doing a lot of aerobic work is going to massively lower your heart rate, is massively going to improve your HRV, right? Then what you can also do is try and improve your sleep. That's another massive one. And also improving your food intake. So if you're eating shit food, you're going to have a lot of stress and you're not going to sleep very well. So it's very important that you do a lot of that. And that's why adding stuff as well, such as yoga, meditation is going to work really well. I mean, you do a lot of meditation, don't you, Joe?
Yeah, so I just use the Headspace app, and I try and practice sort of deep breathing. I try and do it every single day. You should try and do it every day. And it's important to note that it takes a hell of a long time. I've still not really mastered it. It takes a hell of a long time to stick to it. But yeah, it's a great way to sort of, again, bring my nervous system down. You can do this pre-workout. I mean, I was looking at some research yesterday, and I know a lot of people were talking about, I don't go a bit off topic here, but people talking about, okay, I need my pre-shake and my big meal in straight after a workout if I'm looking to build muscle. But I was looking at some research that's saying the most important thing is to bring your nervous system directly straight down after a session. That's more important than your shake. So I think it's something that people forget, that obviously we put our bodies through a hell of a lot of stress through training. So have a look at how much you're training, have a look at how hard you're training, and then your ability to even absorb the nutrients, your ability to digest the food post-workout, going to be limited anyway if you try and smash loads of food in after a big leg day, because one, your blood flow's going to be elsewhere as well. Your blood flow's all going to be in your quads. It's not going to be in your digestive tract where you need it to absorb food, and you're highly stressed anyway. So, yeah, I know I've gone a bit off point, but I would say look at deep breathing. Look at breathing post-workout, bringing down stress directly after a stressful time like training, especially after leg work.
And here's the thing, guys, as well, right? So if you wake up and you've got negative thoughts, you've got anxious thoughts, you're worried about work, you're worried about life, you're worried about relationships, and then you straight away look on your phone, you straight away look at emails, you straight away look at Facebook, you're back in fight or flight. Now, 2 million years ago, that used to be fine when you was being chased by a tiger for 20 seconds, right? Hopefully you got away. But now what's happening is you're in fight or flight 24 hours a day. So you're never calming down. Our bodies aren't able to take that much stress. And that's why there's a lot of autoimmune conditions compared to 30, 40 years ago. So what do we need to do? Well, we need to that's why I tell every single one of my clients, and trust me, I've got clients that own big companies, and I tell them, you're not looking at your phone for the first 40 minutes of your day. Our morning routine is going to serve you and your goal, because we can't control what happens in the rest of the day, but I can control that first hour, and I can control that last hour. If you've got something that you can control, that's going to calm you down, because 24 hours a day, you're in fight or flight. So we need to do things that aren't in fight or flight that's going to calm you down. So walking, meditation, yoga, aerobic work, sex, hot baths, all these things are really going to calm your nervous system down. And that's what you need to counteract all the fight or flight stuff that you're kind of in all day as well.
Yeah, it's important to know you need both. You need a little bit of both. We still need stress in our lives. It's just about stress isn't a bad thing. It's how we handle it. I think that's what we need to talk about. And like you said, with the morning routine is probably the most important thing you can do, just because that's when your subconscious mind's most impressionable first thing in the morning. So win that part of your day, you've got a good chance of beating the rest.
All right, Joe. So here we go. This is one that we covered last time in the Facebook Live as well, but we'll do today. So how to, I think it was Daniel that asked this one as well, how to improve your sleep. So what would you do if someone's coming to you and they can't sleep and they just can't get it sorted? What would you kind of do to kind of improve their sleep straight away? Hello, Gemma. Hello, Luke.
So first of all of the above. Handle stress. Well, stress is one of the key factors as to why you're struggling to sleep. So there's sort of adverse ways of adding stress in, and a lot of people do them without even thinking that they are stressing them out. So again, things like limiting blue light exposure pre-bed is important. So if a lot of people go to bed on their phones or watching TV and they need that to go to sleep, but that blue light exposure is the quickest way to sort of suppress your natural melatonin, which is your primary sleep hormone. So if you really want to fuck up your sleep, sit on your phone before bed. But I would say, yeah, one of the first things to do really is just an hour, even 2 hours pre-bed, take your phone away, take away any electronics, because if people say to me, okay, well, I actually can sit on my phone and then after a bit I'll feel really tired and go to sleep. Yeah, that's fine. That sometimes is the case, but it's not always about falling asleep, and it's not always about how many hours sleep you get in. It's about the hygiene of that sleep as well. So in our deeper recovery stages of sleep, they're going to be massively affected if your blue light exposure, if you're exposed to blue light pre-bed. So I'd say first things first is look at that, because everyone does it.
Yeah, and also people that are struggling to sleep, when I break it down and I see what their day-to-day life is and what they're actually doing, and I'm looking, they're having loads of caffeine, they're having loads of stimulants, they're training once or twice a day, they're doing lots of CrossFit, or they're doing lots of heavy weightlifting sessions, and they're always in fight or flight, and then before they go into bed, they're anxious, they're nervous, they're overwhelmed, they're overthinking. So this is why it's so important to just try and take that away. And that's why I get all my clients journaling, because it's kind of, you're getting all those feelings and thoughts in your head out onto paper. So it's a lot better when they're being let out. So then you can kind of go to sleep a lot better and feel a lot better. And that's why what you said, Joe, as well, is about having a nighttime routine that helps you with your sleep. Then you can look at different supplements. Then you can look at magnesium or melatonin if that's not working. But like what we do with every client, we don't just look an hour before you go to bed to improve your sleep. What we actually look at is you from the first part of the day. So we look from 7 a.m. Okay, what's your daily structure like? What's your daily routine? What are you doing to improve your sleep or to hinder your sleep? That's what's so important when you look from the beginning. Then as you move forward, then you can keep working on each hour to get you closer towards.
It's important to note as well, is that's a good point really, because you've probably all heard of the circadian rhythm. So that's the natural body clock throughout the day. That really relies on like biological time cues. So it's literally relying on habits and routines and rituals for it to, it needs that time cues to simulate, so it knows when to go to sleep, when to wake up. It needs everything to be bang on. So like you said, with your nighttime routine should actually start first thing in the morning. If you can get out there, be exposed to some sunlight, or do something positive in that first hour of the day, and you do that every single day, and your routine sort of gets into place, your likelihood to improve your sleep massively, because your body clock's going to be bang on.
Cool. Right. Hello, Josh. Hello, Jasmine. So this is a good one as well. How is the best way to get abs?
The best way to get abs?
Yeah, that's what's, yeah.
Okay. So again, you probably need to, if you're a complete beginner or you've been trying to get abs for a while, you're probably not tracking. You're probably not data tracking. So I'd spend the first few days is writing down what you eat, and you'll be surprised of what it says, because you need to assess your energy balance. You need to assess how much is coming in and how much you're expending, really. So are you walking enough? Are you training enough? Are you eating too much? Write things down, I'll probably say, because a lot of people don't. A lot of people will miss that out. So data tracking.
I think a lot of people come to us and they're like, oh, well, I've got stubborn area. I've got a lot of body fat on my stomach. I've got a lot of body fat on my hips or on my glutes. And I always say, look, you just haven't lost enough body fat yet.
Yeah.
So what happens with people that haven't got a lean enough stomach yet, you just need to lose more body fat. So if you're not losing off that area, the first thing you need to look at is a calorie deficit. You may be eating too much, or you're not exercising, or you're not exercising enough. So you're probably eating too much and not exercising enough. And also one of the main things, because a lot of people in this group will be office-based, you won't be walking enough. A lot of my office-based clients will be doing 2,000 to 3,000 steps a day. You need to do really a minimum of 7,000 to make it worthwhile and to help you get into even more of a deficit. So I would say for stress management as well and for lifestyle, try and aim for a minimum of 7,000 steps, anywhere up towards 10,000. Then you should see that you're dropping body fat. If you're not dropping body fat, something's going wrong, and that's when you need to reach out and hit someone. But I always say, for you to have really good abs, you need to be really a 32-inch waist or a little bit lower. Then you can get abs. So that's a good measurement. And people talk about stress and gut health like we do, but that isn't the first port of call. The first port of call is a calorie deficit, making sure everything's structured. If you are dropping, then you can look at these other things as well. All right. Have you got any kind of questions that anyone's asked you this week, Joe? They're the ones I've got.
Last one was probably just how to stay on track whilst being busy at work. So a lot of our guys are office based. They're in office jobs and they're very, very busy lifestyles. And I got asked how to stay on track whilst being busy. Over to you.
Right, cool. So like I say, a lot of my clients, to be honest, are really, really busy. They're traveling all over. And what I kind of say to people is, like, I totally get it. You're away, you're working away. So what I always say, before we focus on your food, before we focus on your training, let's just keep the element of control of your morning routine and your nighttime routine. Now, when you do that, you're a lot less likely to self-sabotage and go off track, because that morning routine is serving you and your goals. So you're getting your state of mind right. Now, after you've done that, what I tell my clients is, if they're traveling and they're doing all this and that, then we're choosing better options, and they're tracking it on MyFitnessPal. So we're going, right, we're going to have this food, we're going to have that food, we're going to have easy to get food. Because not everybody wants to carry 4 or 5 meals in Tupperware. So you're just choosing better options. But that's where it comes in from us educating, and it comes in from us coaching to be able to tell you what the best options are. One of the other things that I kind of make sure that my clients are doing when they are traveling away as well is that they're still walking a lot. And I've got them different home workouts or HIIT workouts that they can do even in the hotel room if they haven't got a gym. So it's all about organization, and it's all about being prepared for that week. And if you do that, like, because I communicate with my clients every day, there's never, ever an issue. If you're trying to work this out on yourself and you've got no one to accountable to, and you've got no one to help you out, then you won't stay on track. You can either use it to your advantage, or you can use it as an excuse that you're traveling. Now, I totally get you busy, but it doesn't mean you can't get results. You can still be the best version of you. You've got to create something that fits in with work and life. And if you can't, it isn't a good program. So you need to find something that fits in with work and life.
Quickest tip for that as well is, if you start labeling, if you change the phrase, I don't have time, to it's not my priority, you'll soon realize where your priorities lie. You'll soon realize, okay, maybe I should rethink that. Because when you start saying, oh, it's not a priority for me to get in shape, or it's not a priority for me to train, or it's not a priority for me to eat well or prep my food, instead of I don't have time, you'll soon rethink your priorities, and you'll soon find more hours in the day, I'm sure.
100%. So that's pretty much it, guys. Now, I know a lot of you are going to ask me questions after this, so all you've got to do is just send me a direct message, and we'll probably maybe do one tomorrow or Monday. So if you can send them all over, we'll jump on another one and answer all your questions. And those that have reached out to me and asked about programming, I will get back to you after this call. So have a good day, guys.
Cheers.